Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I'm working on 6x12 pocket page layouts. These are still photos from my trip to Chicago. And this building is called the Rookery. And I had never heard of it prior to this trip, and I was researching some different things to do because I've been to Chicago a lot and I don't want to continue to do the same things, see the same things. I want to mix up a little bit when I travel. And so this came up on several blogs of different travelers saying, hey, if you have the time, go down there and look at it because it's a beautifully done building. The architecture is fantastic. There's this atrium that was redone. I think it was early in the 1900s. Now I'm off on the dates. I'll have to research that. But it was redone so that the ceiling in the atrium would be all glass. And go because it's fantastic. So I thought, all right, whatever, I'll go down there and check it out. It was fantastic. And I want to make sure that I include photos from it because look at this right here. This gives you an idea. It is light filled. And what's interesting is, of course, it's on the inside of a building, but all this light coming in, it is gorgeous. It's very well done. And so I wanted to make a layout here where I'm showcasing a lot of those photos. What's interesting about this is they had a lot of kind of orange going on in there. And I don't know if that's normal. There was a wedding later that day, so I don't know if they changed everything out to match the colors for that wedding. But as you can see, there are orange flowers in here. And the metalwork, there's a lot of gold, obviously, but it had kind of almost a yellow, or sorry, not yellow, orange or coppery tone to it. So I picked up a lot of that. That is also why I included this card, because I've been trying to use this set of cards from an Allie Edwards release, and it just happened that this one, the main color in it is orange. And I didn't know how I was going to use it otherwise, so it does seem to work here. Here's some more, a little bit here of that orange peeking in. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is try to work with those colors. So I've got the darker brown, I've got the orange, I've also got these colors down here in this pattern that maybe I could use as an offset. So there's gray, black, and a little bit of pink. And then also dark green from here. So I need to work in those colors and figure out how is that going to look good on this layout. So the first thing I've decided to do is I pulled some washi in some different shades of green to see if I could work them in here. And this is probably the closest in terms of just color to what you're seeing here. And there's a little bit of it sticking out there. But the problem is, look at the pattern on it. It's got a very busy pattern already, and then this paper has a busy pattern. So I'm not sure that that's really going to go that well, but I can try it and see what happens. Otherwise, these two, I like both of the colors. This is probably the closest. This is very, very bright green, so I'm not even sure that that would work. This is probably the next closest. I also am not sold on this pattern against the pattern of the paper, and it's extremely narrow. And so if I use it anywhere, it's not going to provide a lot. I feel like a 6x12 piece of paper is just going to swallow this up and you won't really see it. But I will play around with it, see if I can come up with anything that might be doable here, and just cross my fingers. Part of what I need to do here is I have to decide how to position the photos before I can add that washi. So I think what I'm going to do is have this photo, the horizontal one, up closer to the top, not flush with it because I don't want it directly across from another horizontal photo, but somewhat in the top half here. And then I'll place this somewhere in the lower half, and then it mimics somewhat at least the structure of what's on the right hand side, and then I can build in the washi around that. So on this side I chose to add in the green washi, and when I see it up next to this pattern paper, I don't mind it as much as I thought I might. They are patterns, pattern on pattern, but I think it's okay, so I'm going to leave it. And then I added in the smaller photo down here, and I may have to do something over here to fill some of this space, but I'm really not sure yet. And same up here, I may overlap some kind of embellishment or extra element there to bring it more to life, but for now I'm not sure what that might be. Over on this side, I'm definitely going to need to work in that green somewhere. I'm thinking it might be in this lower corner because really there's nothing there. It's just, like curtain or screen things they had hung up for the wedding that was going to happen, and it really doesn't add anything. This is the beautiful part. So I may put it in that corner and just see how I feel about it. And then I really need to figure out, you know, what else am I doing? Am I doing anything up here with these, you know, with this photo or not? So those are the questions I have. I did decide to put the green washi on there, and I will probably add a little staple here just for visual interest. And then I also found, let me move this down here so I can show where it's going to go. I found this in my stash. This is another piece of chipboard that's from an Allie Edwards release, and I like that it says this time, because I was just talking at the start of the video about how, oh, I've been here many times and this time I want to do some stuff different. So I love it that it says that, and it happens to be gray, which is perfect with this silver and with the neutrals that I had going. There's gray in this card. It's a little darker, but I think it still is okay. And I think I probably will put it up here because it doesn't make sense, I don't think, to just, you know, kind of have it hanging off the edge there. And I like that it would possibly overlap a little bit of the green and of the brick at the corner. So I do like the way that looks, and I think I'm going to add it there. I did add in the staple over there, so that's done. Now I'm going to add the embellishment here and put it just about where I had it so that it overlaps a little bit, slightly off kilter, which I like. Let's see. Yeah, all right, I like that. So that helps. I still think maybe I need to do something down here, but now I would probably do it in the opposite corner because I have this. But I'll mess around with it. I'll go in my stash, see what I find, and I'll go from there. I've decided I'm going to try something, and I hope I don't regret it. So there's black here. Here, I will do my journaling in black. There's obviously black in other places, like where the lights are hanging and things. Oh, I'm going to add some splattering, and I'm going to do it in black. So I am going to mask off photos, obviously, because I don't think I want it on those. I just want it on the paper. But I'm just hoping it goes well, because black is tough to use when you splatter. Like, if it goes where you don't want it to go, you will see it. And so that makes me a little nervous, but I'm willing to give it a try. I did the misting, and even though I masked or thought I had well enough, I got one drop of black right there. But you know what? I mean, it's there, but I'm not going to try to wipe it off because it'll probably smear and make it worse. And you know what? It's okay. And I like where the others are. You know, they fell pretty randomly, which is what you hope for. And I think it's just enough to add some visual interest. This one got right up to the photo. So did that one, because I had that completely covered. And that's okay. So I think that's just enough to add some visual interest. I may put some on that other side where I had the journal card, just so that they look like they match, but I doubt that I would put it anywhere else. So I'm going to do a little bit of splattering here, and we'll just see how it falls. Is that enough? Maybe a little over here. I wanted it more up here. That's not how it fell. Maybe a little more at the bottom. Come on. There we go. I think that's probably enough because I've got a little bit on the border, some in the middle, a little bit more towards the top. I'd rather do the less is more philosophy, so I'm going to leave it just like that. I wasn't really sure what else to do with this, and then I came across these. And I think what I'm going to do is probably do a little mix of the black circles and the gray, maybe even a little brown because it matches, and just kind of sprinkle those around in different spots, and that might be the only other embellishment that I use here. So I have decided I'm going to use the black, the light gray, and actually this darker gray here, and mix those together. So I've started it up here so you can kind of see what I've done. I picked one of each and put it up there. I will probably just maybe sprinkle one more down here because I like odd numbers and when I group things. So I've got 3 up there, maybe 1 here, and then I'll figure it out on the right hand side. And I think I should probably mention these are from Fancy Pants. The line is called Golden Days. These are really old. Is there a date on here? There is. 2016. So these are almost 4 years old. I've had these a long time and just kind of trying to use them up where I can. I did add in one down here, the darker gray, kind of the grayish brown one. And then I decided these photos are so gorgeous, I really didn't want to mess with them. I didn't want to put anything else on them. And so I decided to just go for the card here. So I put a big black one here, and then I have the light gray, the darker grayish brown. And I think that's all I'm going to do here because I really want whoever's looking at this album, I really want them to look at the photos and enjoy those and kind of be pulled in by all, the visual splendor that is this building. So I think I'm going to call this one good. I think it's done. So another one finished for Chicago. Thanks for watching, everyone.